fellow is someone who wants to make a difference in this world, someone who wants to make a positive difference in this world.
An individual who has incredible leadership potential, has either already demonstrated that in their prior experiences or really has the ability to be a great leader and needs to be in an environment where that potential can be fostered.
Somebody's committed to making Massachusetts a better place for young people to grow up and to learn and to go on and hopefully serve their communities.
Someone who's talented, someone who's passionate about making a difference in the lives of young people.
Someone that is really committed to service, who wants to make a change in the community and really believes in the power of young people.
Someone that cares deeply about an issue. It might be kids, it might be working in community organizing, but someone that has that passion and that drive to become a leader. And I think in many cases the fellowship provides that opportunity to these what we call emerging leaders by putting them in positions where they can develop a new project or lead an initiative. And I think that is what a fellow is someone that wants that leadership opportunity, and when given the opportunity they take full advantage and do some amazing things.
The experiences that I have had as a fellow and that I will have in my second year of service as a fellow have really shaped who I'm going to be for the rest of my life.
Once I had that year of experience with the Promise Fellowship, I definitely knew that I had a passion of working with youth and wanted to make a difference in that sense.
Without the Massachusetts Promise Fellowship, I don't know if I would be on the track of working, for example, in the out-of-school time field. Since Massachusetts Promise Fellowship, I've been involved in other youth programs, which builds off of my work from when I was a fellow.
I will always be a fellow. Whether it's through alumni and connections that I make in Brockton, specifically at your host site, there's so many different agencies that they may work with where you could really get a foot in the door.
A great program, both for the fellows who really get to develop their own skills and get some professional experience that they wouldn't otherwise get if they didn't have this kind of label as fellow. And also for the institutions that are benefiting from the fellows, because you really get somebody who's in there with a variety of skills, and that in many ways I think can be molded to fit the needs of that particular school year or of that particular day, of that particular organization.
This program I think is great because although many AmeriCorps programs serve youth, this program is really about building the capacity of the organization to house these programs. There is that great need for organizations to have somebody come in and help them to build a program that then they might be able to sustain on their own.
The fellowship as an organization has pushed Access to think more strategically and long-term about our impact and how we better serve the families both in Boston and in Springfield.
The philosophy behind Mass Promise, I think, is something that continues to guide my work, and I know that the community of support that you find at Mass Promise is incredible.
I think the fellowship's definitely changed my perspective of what an individual is supposed to do with their life when it comes to making a difference in the community, and seeing different fellows go through the program, that although I'm only doing this intense service for 1 year, I can continue to make an impact throughout my entire life and my career. And it can be outside of work, or I think even more importantly, it really shows fellows, and it showed me, that you can make a difference 9 to 5 during your workday. And that's a cool experience, because some people, I think, when you think about service and volunteerism, you're sitting there and you're like, you don't make any money, it can't be a career, it's not something that's sort of long-term, and that flips that idea on its head. And the fellowship helps do that. It helps you understand that you can make this a career and make it part of a portion of your life for the rest of your life if you want it to be.
My name is Trisha Godio, and I'm a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
Amy Chung, I'm a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
I am a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
I am a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
I'm a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
I'm a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.
I am a Massachusetts Promise Fellow.